Welcome back, everybody, to the Giants franchise on Madden 22 as we continue the 2027 season, and it's off to a decent start. We blew a lead in Week 1 to the Dallas Cowboys, lost to them again, but we've put up good numbers in the last two games. The offense shined against Buffalo. That was a pretty fun episode. Definitely some good action in that one, but Petrovsky's play really was all over the place with 4 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, barely any incompletions. Now, today we have probably the 2 meetings against Washington we'll go through. I don't know yet which game I want to dive into. It depends what the next chapter of this season really is all about. If we go on a run winning-wise, then maybe we sim a bit more. If we struggle a bit and things get a little more interesting, then we could slow it down. But today we'll start with this first game against Washington. They are 1-2 on the season, have an 87 overall defense. It's really all the same players they had at the start of this franchise. So Chase Young, Terry McLaurin, Cameron Curl, Jonathan Allen, Montez Sweat, Jamin Davis. Ultimately, the offense is still underwhelming. They've been playing Drew Lock as their starting quarterback, and I'm wondering if they're a team that could draft a quarterback in the series here soon. They did end up signing Adoree Jackson in the offseason after spending the entire series with us to this point. It's a really nice defense in Washington, but can their offense score enough points to keep up with other teams? Well, Washington scored enough points this time, and this game went to overtime. Both teams scored, but we only got a field goal. They either had 2 field goals or a touchdown. I can't really tell. But Drew Lock got the best of the defense, it looks like. 3 touchdowns, 345, and that's dealing with pressure. We sacked him 7 times. I can't even be happy that Jason Weaver had a massive day because we gave up 30 points, 2 touchdowns to Jalen Reagor, a touchdown to Curtis Samuel. So you're telling me they did this and Terry McLaurin didn't even do most of the damage against us? Strange day here for the defense. Asante Samuel, 10 tackles, Otis Springs, 12. You don't want your outside corners getting 10 tackles in a game. That just tells you things are going wrong. 3 sacks for Golson, 3 sacks for Holt, but it just wasn't enough. So 4 games in, once more we have the Cowboys out in front, 4-0 right now, with everybody else at 500. I don't really have much to say about that. We have to get better as a team and make sure we're getting out of these games with a win. Yeah, at the end of the day, so many of these games come down to what happens in the last 2 minutes. It's not just, are you better than the other team? It's about executing inside the 2 minutes in both the first and second halves. A lot of games are won and lost there. So we have to get ready for a short week now, taking on the Chicago Bears. And the goal here is to be fundamentally sound, basically saying Petrovsky can't have another 3-interception game. A few games into the season, what do we think about this new era on offense with Tavares Towns as a starting running back? He hasn't really had phenomenal games to this point. He's been solid, but the bar has been raised so high by Saquon Barkley. All right, he had that big game against the Bills. That second half, he got going, finished the game really strong. I don't think that anything here is like alarming. We just lost a couple close games that got away from us late, and Tavares Towns doesn't play defense. Always nice to upgrade the quarterback, though. 2 overall points. That's a lot when it comes to like talking new contract with him. 94 overall. He lost his scrambler there. That is a bit of a concern. You like to keep that on there so he actually runs a lot more often. I want to say this is the second upgrade for Hal Reed, the rookie right tackle, who's had his fair share of struggles early on, but he's developing. How about Isaiah Cunningham, though? I felt like last episode against the Bills, when he was targeted downfield, he did a really good job, and it's about the best I think we've ever seen him play. But at the end of the day, to get the boost here, the development, you need takeaways. We're definitely playing some close games this season, but this time we come out on top, 28-24. 432 yards of offense and not a ton on the ground. So Petrovsky put up his 4 touchdowns, his 1 interception. Tavares Towns just 56 yards. Not a whole lot in this game. Receiving, Rashawn Graham and Jawan Johnson have very similar stat lines. Jason Weaver finds the end zone again, and Warren Griffith scores a touchdown. You gotta like what we're seeing here from the young playmakers on offense. Got 3 sacks here, 2 for Azeez Ojulari, and then interceptions, Asante Samuel and Nick Gresham getting into the game. You love to see that. You don't love to see 0 for 2 here from Justin Tucker. The scenario we had for the short week really pays off. Everybody gets 2,500 experience. Morale is up as well, which is a big help here with a 3-2 start. Oh, perfect chemistry scenario. I don't know that I've seen this one. You and Jason Weaver seem to be building some nice chemistry out there, and it's been showing up, not just in practice, but in the games as well. Definitely. He's a quick learner, and always seems to be where I need and expect him to be, which is a great safety net to have as a quarterback. Nice. It's important to understand that a quarterback of your caliber can really influence how a receiver develops, and the better they get, the easier it'll make your life as a quarterback. Get Jason Weaver 100 yards to upgrade his dev trait. Interesting. So we haven't seen a lot of breakout scenarios here in Madden 22, and it took me a while to really notice that they weren't popping up. But it's presented here through the veteran quarterback, which I think is cool to see. It's different at least. So Jason Weaver, a chance to go to star dev. That's a good enough reason, I think, to get into this game, especially after losing to Washington in this episode. Oh, the assistant GM wants me to check out a running back. Jadeveon Rowland. All right, he's really improved his ball security. Now, that's not normally, he's rising up the draft charts because he just doesn't fumble. I gotta say, though, if the best thing you do as a prospect is not screw up, I'm looking for a little bit more than that. Jadeveon Rowland protects the football versus any contact, but he suffers from concentration drops. All right. Rowland has solid to good speed, which is okay. Solid to good agility, solid to good change of direction, marginal to decent strength. So athletically, not special. B stamina, F trucking. I'm not really sold. 100 yards is what it takes. For Jason Weaver, that could be 2 catches if things go right. I'll upgrade his route running here. We already know he can beat the defense downfield. There's a little love to the medium route running that sits at an 80. His route runnings are kind of all over the place, but he's really fast and has good release. There's a lot to work with. You always look to see, sure, there are things you have to develop, but there are major strengths to lean on here. It's really fun to see. 94 speed, 89 release, 93 catching. Now, some of that is boosted because of, I think, morale and then a combination of the offensive coordinator perks that I've unlocked. But that's an easier way to eventually get him to be a great receiver. What's happened to our defensive tackles, and why wasn't I told they're all injured? I just tried to get into the game. It says, hey, you don't have enough defensive tackles to play this game. It won't let me. I haven't been getting injury notifications, but clearly they're all hurt. I knew Dexter Lawrence was hurt. He got hurt last episode. But we're missing 3 defensive tackles right now, including his primary backup, Daquan Byrd. So, you gotta be a little worried about the run defense. I'm kind of wondering if I have to add 2 defensive tackles. I don't know what the game is going to make me do here, but we don't have a lot of depth there at all. So, I really just want someone strong who can help out in the running game here, and Poona Ford's probably a good fit as the top overall player available. Could also go with the veteran DJ Reader, who's got an edge in awareness and play rec and power move, but Poona Ford has the finesse. 5'11", 310. That is not a build you see very often here at defensive tackle. We're bringing in Poona Ford. We're going to be releasing backup edge rusher Keith Watkins then to open up the roster spot. And then I have to do it again. DJ Reader, you're joining the team as well. The other thing too with like a little bit higher injury setting is it's a little more important to have a little bit of cap space during the season because, you know, you need a couple million to sign a player in the mid 70s for overall. And that's about the limit to what we can do right now with 1.8 million in cap space left after those two moves. Granted, I'm going to cut someone now and create space, but that's what I'm talking about. And I think we're going to be releasing Denario Lane. Probably try to sign him after this week again, but we don't need 4 running backs when we have no defensive tackles. All right, let's play some football now. We're going with the alternates from like the 2000s, the mid 2000s. I like these uniforms. I like all the Giants uniforms, really. And Brian Petrovsky is trying to get us a big win over Washington. We couldn't do it last time. He should have switched to the red sleeve, I feel, for this game. The offense is up first for the New York Giants against a very talented front seven and overall defense here for Washington. Nice tough run for Tavares Towns. He gets 5. He's at 430 yards, around 4.3 a carry, and my goal for him is to get to 4.5 and over 1,100 yards on the season. Second run to start the day, and that's a first down. How about a play action now? Petrovsky out for Towns, and he's able to stay in bounds and get the first down yardage. Now that is a special play. And I just remembered, this needs to be the Jason Weaver game. He needs to get 100 yards for star development. Don't forget to throw the football his way, Petrovsky. But here's Graham for 6. Jason Weaver will primarily be on the right side of the formation, as he is here. Pass caught by Rayshawn Graham. First down. Weaver and Graham to the right side. It's 3rd down and 8. Petrovsky fires to the end zone, and that's a touchdown. It's Jawan Johnson. An impressive opening drive, and the Giants strike first. On the board first, and now try to make some plays on defense. No way Drew Lock duplicates that performance here. See? Lock trying it again on 2nd down. Under pressure and knocked away on the play by Darrell Gordon. 3rd down, and Lock's going to have to throw it again against this defense. McLaurin, bottom of your screen. Pressure picked up, and that's a 3-and-out. All right, we better see some targets going Jason Weaver's way now. I'm not going to be very patient today. I don't know that Washington's really going to keep up. There's Weaver on the catch. 9:91 to go. So this feels like a situation where it's got to get done probably in the first 3 quarters or so. Those throws, man, I don't like them. 3rd down and short. It's going to be Towns. Nowhere to go. And slammed down in the backfield by Montez Sweat. We head back to the defensive side now. And Lock to throw for the 4th time. He'll send this one deep down the right sideline. And it's caught out of bounds. Incomplete. Isaiah Cunningham with good positioning there. Still would like to see him make a play on the ball, at least knock it away. Screen, no. 1 for 5 starts. They've yet to run the football. And it's 3rd and 10. No way they get a conversion here. If he converts, I'll post 2 episodes tomorrow. Sacked. Tavares Towns to start the drive, and he's tripped up after crossing midfield. 6 for 20. Jason Weaver back in. He's top of your screen. I just want to see him run vertical here. They got 2 defenders in the area. So this goes to Thomas instead for a first down. Petrovsky on 1st and 10. Fires complete to Rayshawn Graham. And the Giants head inside the 25. Now we're going empty. It's Towns in the slot next to Jason Weaver, top of your screen. Pass is caught by Jawan Johnson. First down. We're staying empty on 1st and 10. Petrovsky to the end zone. He's intercepted. Force that one to Allen Pendleton. And that's the biggest weakness we have here with Brian Petrovsky, is he will make some pretty bad interceptions, especially in opposing territory. All right, they're not going to let Drew Lock throw this time. It's a gain of 3 for Ezekiel Wright. I guess they're using a new running back now. I missed that. 3 yards of offense so far for Washington, at least on the ground. And down to make the tackle is Darrell Gordon. There goes the 3 yards. All right, I can't promise the 2 episodes this time. I really want to get going on Road to the Show. Drew Lock's going to fire deep downfield. At the sideline again, broken up. Yes, I do want to bring Road to the Show to the channel for the first time in 4 years with MLB The Show 22 now out. I've been playing it a little bit, but for a few months now, I have really had the urge to go back to Road to the Show. I haven't done player-based content in a while, but I want to at least check it out this year, see what the mode's all about, and if you all want to see a series. And I'll talk about that more here, maybe when the action dies down a little bit. But this is Towns for 6 yards. On 3rd and 3, Petrovsky over the middle. It's Towns on the run. Hit down at the 36-yard line. Play action now. Petrovsky slings it complete. Inside the 20 is Michael Thomas, and he's hit down at the 2-yard line. The Giants are moving the ball very well in this matchup. Tavares Towns in the backfield now, 1st and goal. He gets the handoff, but cannot break the plane. Galloway leads the way, and in goes Towns, diving in for the touchdown. And Warren Griffith is shaken up on the play. Hopefully he's all right. I really want to see him play a lot this season. But back to what I was talking about earlier, Road to the Show on MLB 22. I am looking to make a center fielder. I want to make a player who is focused on speed and power. And I'm still debating on if I want to create just a brand new player that we've never seen before, or make someone that's been in a past series. Sometimes in these situations, I like to look at like my college series and NCAA, and maybe take a player who never got a pro career, who you maybe could see having a baseball career play out. I don't know yet what I want to do there. But looks like Griffith is good to go. Just might miss some time today. But yeah, if you've played Road to the Show this year and you're having a good time with it, or whatever your experience has been, let me know if you think it would be fun to bring to the channel. I want to at least try it out for a few episodes and kind of go from there. But after playing with the Rule 5 rebuild last year, that experiment really made me want to do more with baseball this year. And we'll see what all I have time for, but Road to the Show is next on the list. And Perry Cummings is still on the way as well. Drew Lock got out of the way in time, and Gordon is there again. Tackle machine. I like Darrell Gordon. Drew Lock to throw on second down, trailing by 14. I don't know if that was a throwaway. Let's say it was a throwaway. His accuracy isn't that bad. We got 3rd down and 5 now. This one's easier for Lock, but he's under pressure and throws off the mark. He's 2 for 9. All right, we really need the Jason Weaver stuff to happen because we're already up 14. We go with the running game instead, and they're actually doing a really good job in that department. They have a great front 7, and we should throw the football downfield. Switch up the game plan. Why are we doing this? Do I have to move Weaver to running back to get him the football? He's only at 9 yards. We need way more. Petrovsky, 3rd and 10. Fires outside, caught, but it's Thomas. I shouldn't sound so disappointed here. I want to win the game first and foremost. But I love to see Jason Weaver be a success story here. A little play fake now. Petrovsky got it away, and it's broken up for Thomas. To the air now on 2nd down. It's Towns. And so far, I think he's done a really solid job in the passing game. We've really not even been using Austin Eckler because Towns is doing it all. 3rd and short. Johnson for a conversion and a bit extra. Play fake on 1st down. Petrovsky will launch this one deep toward the end zone, and it's caught for the touchdown by Michael Thomas. He managed to stay in bounds and just took it out of the sky. And the Giants go up 20-0. They are rolling. There's not much separation happening here. Thomas doesn't have that kind of speed, especially on a vertical route with no break. But he can still go up and make the play. Of course, it's not often we actually see Thomas go make plays downfield, but of course it happens when we're wanting Jason Weaver to be doing that same thing. Caught again, Jawan Johnson. He's off to a strong start. But we'll try to run the football again, and Towns has good yardage this time as he picks up 9. Out of the eye, 3rd and short, it's Towns, and he's got the 1st down easily. Weaver's been getting snaps, but he's just not getting the football a whole lot. He should get something, though, for good blocking there. He held that the entire time. 3rd and short, caught again, Jawan Johnson receives the big hit. We head to the air on 2nd down, and that one is knocked backwards by Chase Young. This is 3rd and 8. Petrovsky sends one deep toward the end zone. Leaping is Graham, and he's out of room. Love the effort, love the shots toward the end zone, but we'll settle now. Justin Tucker, after an 0 for 2 game, makes this one. All right, I just simulated to our next possession. Weaver got a 29-yarder in the simulating. That's pretty helpful. So he's at 38. We're getting really close to where you can just hope for one deep ball to get it done. Obviously here it wouldn't be enough yardage. And it's Towns over the middle with a 1st down grab. 300 yards now for Brian Petrovsky. 33 seconds to go now. Petrovsky completes again. Towns. Everyone's getting the ball here but Jason Weaver. 27 pass attempts. He's got 2 catches. We're empty now on 2nd down. This one's complete. That's Graham. Very nice play, too, with the defender all over him. Oh, 7 seconds left, and we're going for this here. Do you know what you're doing? Play fake. 3 seconds. Petrovsky, you're out of time, and also sacked. Considering we're already up by so much, I will be having Jason Weaver get even more snaps and go into the slot. As long as we stay up by a bunch. And so far, Washington's offense has not been competitive. Drew Lock's going empty on second down, and he's got protection. And he will eventually check it down. That took an awful long time. They don't have many third down conversions today. Can they get 3? They'll try to run for it and do have the yardage. It's a play fake now. Locke trying to open things up, and he's nearly intercepted by Jason Quinton. Handoff this time, and Springs is there, coming downhill to make the tackle. We're going to bring 4. Locke gets it away. Caught on the outside. McLaurin stops short. So low-rated quarterbacks, when we watch these games, are really no match for this defense. And I consider low-rated to be anything under 80, because that means there are at least 26, 27 quarterbacks higher rated than that quarterback. We take over at our own 26, and we're going to run the football. I do plan on getting Austin Eckler involved a bit too, just to see how he plays and to know, just to confirm that he would be reliable if Towns for some reason wasn't available. On the outside, that one's picked off. Intended for Thomas. Down the sideline. Pick 6, Washington. Well, Petrovsky's got a couple now on the day. We can't be having these takeaways, Brian. 1st and 10 now, dumped off to Rashawn Graham. That might force us to try a little bit harder on offense, though, with this being an 18-point game. At least try to score once more here in the 3rd. Toss out, nowhere to go. Been that way all day. 3rd and 4 for Brian Petrovsky. It's out quickly into the hands of Jason Weaver, and he picks up the 1st down. He is now at 53 yards. We need 47 yards. We could get it here if we throw it deep downfield, and he gets down to at least the 3. But we're running it instead. We're officially in all it takes is 1 territory. Slot left, Jason Weaver, 2nd down. And the pass is hauled in on the outside. There's Thomas. You know what? I don't want Weaver in the slot. He's never getting vertical there. Not enough, anyway. All right, he will be out there in 2 receiver sets, but not in the slot when we go 3 wide. Now we're at the 36, and Towns picks up a few more with Marquise Barton shaken up. Does that mean Hal Reed isn't out there? Why was Barton in the game? Must have auto put him in because Reed's in there now. Now we back up a little bit more. It's 3rd and 12. Petrovsky fires one incomplete to Rashawn Graham. We do get the field goal, but now Washington is looking to add on. They've gotten into opposing territory at our 32. Drew Lock trying to make this interesting. 1st down run for Wright inside the 20. From the empty set where Lock hasn't been great, he is sacked. It could have been any of 3 different defenders on that play. 3rd and 17. I want to see you throw it to the end zone here, Drew. You know you want to. Lock fades away deep to the end zone and almost into the seats. We now lead by 18 points, and we'll probably run the football a lot here to close the game out, and this is Towns for a few. Play fake now. Where's this going? Come on, Petrovsky. He's going to launch one. Incomplete. Why? He was wide open. Why'd you have to airmail that one? 3rd and 7, and now you call the draw play. We're not getting there, are we? Good effort by Towns. I'm pretty sure I simulated a safety. So now it's 29-9, and we have the football. Let's see what we do here in the 4th quarter. We'd love to see a big play to Jason Weaver. I don't know how likely that is. But I guess when the running game doesn't work, it makes it a little more possible. We've had a fair amount of injuries here. It keeps seeming like the CPU team ends up getting the worst of it. And still fighting through contact here is Austin Eckler. So he will get a few carries here in the 4th quarter. We'll see what he's all about these days. 3rd and 11, he will get the carry again. We're not going anywhere. This is Locke on 2nd down, and he's going to launch one deep downfield. It's going to stay in bounds and be caught inside the 25. Let's check the penalty now. Thankfully, it's going to be coming back. I thought with that underthrown in some collision that it might have been DPI on Cunningham, but he does not give up the deep ball. On 2nd down, this one takes them back to the 20, and it's 3rd and 10. They've spent a lot of time on these 3rd and longs today. Locke, under pressure, got his man, McLaurin. 7:36 left to go. Locke tipped and incomplete. Just wasn't close enough to consider taking that one away. 3rd down and 13. Got to get some air under it, and complete in front of Cunningham. Still not giving up on the running game, apparently, and Gordon is even in on plays like that, as Njoku is shaken up. 3rd and 11. Locke fades away, fires deep down the near sideline, and out of room again. So many of his deep balls. That was not in bounds. Are you kidding me? I'm challenging that. There's no way that was in bounds. Locke's deep ball doesn't stay in bounds. There's no way he tiptoed the sideline here, right? Yeah, he's out of bounds, quite clearly. But is Madden going to recognize that? Oh, I got it overturned. Let's go. Like, that might be my first one challenge of the entire series. It doesn't come up very often that I even try. 4th down and 11. Locke back to pass. He throws across the middle and nearly gets intercepted by Jason Quinton. And the Giants take over. We're 47 yards away, man. And we're going to run. But hey, we didn't go anywhere. It's still in play. Just throw a slant. Have him juke the safety. We can get it that way. To the right side goes Eckler. Maybe got one. They'll say nothing. I don't think Weaver's even been in the game. It's usually just Rashawn Graham. So we are not really trying to do a whole lot here late. Four and a half minutes to go in this one. Washington still throwing, trying to get downfield. Locke 16 for 31 has not looked very good today. Outside of the game we simulated, that was a pretty good one for him. From the 34. Locke dumped off, not much. I would say, though, that's actually pretty on brand for Drew Locke, because I remember his rookie season, I want to say it's when he took on the Raiders. Like, one of the games was his best of the year, and the other one was one of his worst. Just a couple minutes to go in this one. Giants on their way to a win. Looked very good in the first half, and Washington just hasn't been able to keep up. 3rd and 10. Here's Drew Lock trying to make things a little closer. Checks it down. Good open field tackle by Peppers. 4th and 7 for Drew Lock, and the drive is not over yet. He completes to the 11. Back to the empty set. Oh, how'd he get away from Golson? Quinton gets the sack, but I thought Golson had him there and might have forced a fumble. 2nd and 16. Oh, he got the pressure again. He's trying to get that sack he missed. He's got 2 more tries. Let's see what Golson does here, 3rd and long. This time got through a bit later, and this one's intercepted in the end zone. Xavier McKinney to close it out. Well, we're not going to get Jason Weaver to star Dev today. Perhaps there will be future opportunities. He's still a good player in his role. It's a dominant win for the New York Giants, getting to 4-2 on the season. That's a solid start. We lost to the Cowboys in week 1. We've lost close games. But today we see just how dominant this defense is when they're facing an overmatched quarterback. And Locke just was not very competitive. You could tell that from the very first possession they had. The running game really struggled for us. Never got comfortable with it. I'm not sure Saquon Barkley would have changed anything because they were constantly in the backfield and we just couldn't block them. Michael Thomas, $120. Jawan Johnson, 67. Jason Weaver, just the 53 today. Which is still good. It's just not enough for the goal. We have players coming back from injury now, and we have a lot of depth now at defensive tackle. So let's take a look at our injury report. There were a lot of things that happened in that game. And we now have Marquise Barton out with a torn labrum. He's the only player on our injury report. Washington had plenty of players leave, Jonathan Allen included, Terrell Edmonds as well. I think they lost 2 players. I know they lost more in the game, like Njoku got hurt but came back. So far, I think I'm okay with 50. We played there all last season. It didn't get out of hand, and there were times when we had like no injuries, and then times where it was much tougher, which is the right balance you want to have. We sim through one more game to close out the episode and defeat the New Orleans Saints despite their comeback attempt in the 4th quarter. We put up 470 yards of offense and had more rushing today. No interceptions for Brian Petrovsky. And then Tavares Towns, 103-1. That's going well. Jawan Johnson, 107 yards. Michael Thomas, 3 touchdowns against his former team and 101 yards. This time Weaver held to just 2 for 23. 2 sacks in this one for Quandre Holt and 1 for Otis Springs, with a pick again for Asante Samuel Jr. That means we have the trade deadline next episode. We have a tandem breakout on offense to check out. And right now, our ranks are all in really good spots. We are still a top 10 running game, number 1 in passing, 7th in scoring, and the defense is certainly good. Maybe not elite, 7th in run defense, 10th in points allowed, still very good. Now, if we check out the league leaders, Brian Petrovsky leads the NFL in passing yards. For touchdowns, that would be Joe Burrow. In the running department, it's Ezekiel Elliott and then Saquon Barkley. Does that say 8.3 carry? He didn't quite break the single game rushing record, but he has 4 100-yard games, a 200-yard game, and this 183. So, Barkley's doing great in LA. And he has 3 games in a row with at least a 75-yard run. For receiving, we have Devontae Smith and Colt Elliott at tight end. Very nice. Cool to see tight ends stand out at times here in the stats. So we got some more progress in the season today, and a lot more than we have been getting for a few seasons now in this franchise. And I want to maintain this pace unless things get really interesting. Say we weren't winning as much. That's perhaps a good reason to slow down. But it still looks like, it's the same good team going on another strong run. And we'll just kind of go from there each episode and see what twists and turns show up throughout the season. But I like where this team is at. I think we've handled moving on from a couple playmakers really well. And the defense is still very disruptive, and there are a lot of playmakers here. I hope you enjoyed today's episode with the New York Giants, and I'll be back again with more of them soon. And leave your feedback down below when it comes to Road to the Show. What do you think about that coming back to the channel once again? Please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Have a great day.